Alright guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the Galarian Gold channel for some more Pokemon goodness. And I say Pokemon goodness as I normally do, but today it's actually a bit of an unfortunate thing that we have to cover. This is the first time that I can certainly remember that Pokemon have had quite a bit of bad PR over the weekend. So, of course, the last upload we covered the announcement of Pokemon Home, and it was supposed to be coming on May the 24th. It says here May 23rd to 24th, we'll talk about that in a second. But they've actually had to retcon their release date. Now, I normally associate Pokemon in terms of their social media accounts, their PR, as kind of like really good. You know, they don't normally make any cock-ups, they don't normally miss their deadlines when they announce their release dates. Now, some might say that they just don't release a release date until they're sure, and some might say that it actually negatively affects their games, especially in the case of Scarlet and Violet, where the game was released and had a lot of graphical issues and glitches and stuff like that. But such is the era of gaming that we live in. There's a lot of games, in fact most games now are released and then they get patched or updated or fixed later on. It's just the way that the world of games is now. But this is the first time that Pokemon have had like a PR kind of magnifying glass on them, so to speak, because of something bad. And yeah, they basically say here, earlier we mistakenly posted that Pokemon Home version 3.0.0 would launch on May 23rd, 24th. However, the actual release date is yet to be announced. So they've retconned the release date they previously said. 3.0.0 is coming soon though, so please continue to follow our pages for more information. Bit of an oofy right there from Pokemon. However, we'll let them off. I imagine there'll be a lot of developers at the bottom of this kind of under pressure. So, you know, be patient. I imagine it'll only be sort of towards the end of spring, like early June, you would imagine. Probably only a couple of weeks at the most that this will be delayed. It's probably some sort of bug or sort of technical glitch in terms of the functionality of Pokemon Home and the connectivity with Scarlet and Violet. They're probably just fixing something, like a technical aspect. So there will be people under pressure of this, but it is obviously a bad thing, and it is kind of annoying that Pokemon posted the release date and then retconned it, because you should always be sure if you're going to put something out to the public. And I imagine there'll be a lot of conversations going on internally in the Pokemon company's teams to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And this was not the only oofy that the Pokemon company had this weekend. There was also a retconned event in Scarlet and Violet. So we had the introduction of these Paradox raids, which we talked about and announced, I think it was at the beginning of the week. And it was the introduction of them this week alongside the second week of 7-Star Chestnut. Everybody was excited for it. I had a stream raring to go, so apologies that ever happened. But I'll talk about that at the end as well. But yeah, they actually cancelled the event, so they just sort of stopped it. And it was basically down to the fact that people were defeating the Tera raid and then getting an item which was coming up as none. So it would just say like 1 times none as one of your items that you got for beating the raid, and that item would cause your save data to glitch. So I don't know what happened there. I don't know why Pokemon are rolling these things out. I guess they've put themselves under time deadline pressures, sorry, and they just haven't been able to meet them. We've seen it with Marvel, we've seen it with Disney pushing out all this Marvel and Star Wars because it's just so huge. These are probably the 3 I just mentioned there, Pokemon, Star Wars and Marvel, probably the 3 biggest IPs in the world today, and you can see the pressure that a lot of these employees and staff and a lot of the technical people are likely under to meet their deadlines. So we have to spare a thought for them, as I mentioned. But if we want to get what we want, if they want to keep giving us the stuff and keep our dopamine levels high, then basically we have to understand that occasionally this is going to happen. Now, Pokemon, again, I don't think are going to be too happy about this. They will probably try and find ways to stop this, whether it's making them less frequent, whether it's just being more careful with the process, I don't know. But this will probably happen in a couple of weeks' time, guys, in terms of the Pokemon Home release. And of course, they will just find another slot to do the retconned Tera Raid event as well. So I thought that the video that I was going to be covering today would be like zoning in on all of the Pokemon Home features, but unfortunately we've had to make this video. But it's a very, very minor thing in the grand scheme of things, guys, and there is still a very exciting pathway towards the DLC. Again, sorry about the stream last night. There was no stream, but I will let you know that I have been spending my time on trying very, very hard to get the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet randomizer. It's basically like a mod of Scarlet and Violet working on my PC, and for a mere sort of modding mortal, I think is the phrase I used on my community tab. My first ever community tab post, by the way. Thank you guys for 500 subs. But yeah, it's very difficult for me to get up and running, but shout out to XLuma, who is helping me and guiding me through it with a lot of support in the DMs, and I'm going to have another go tonight. I spent like 6 hours trying to do it last night, I'm not even kidding, and I still haven't got it up and running yet. Yes, I'm dumb. Yes, we will get there, and the content in the long run is going to be fantastic. But guys, I feel like I've been waffling for a lot this video, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Have yourself a great rest of the weekend, and yeah, once again, thank you for 500 subs, because I haven't actually put that on record today. I think we got about 512 now. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Love you, gang.